Hey folks, Travis here with Destination Great Lakes. I got to run Ginny to a Girl Scout troop meeting, so I thought, why don't I bring you guys with and give you a little tour of the place that we get to call home. Let's hop in the truck and go for a ride. All right. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Rain, go away, and all of that fantastic stuff. So we're going to start out by heading towards the Park Falls Library, because that is where the Girl Scout troop is meeting. Park Falls itself is not a very big city. It sits on the pretty much at the crossroads of State Highway 13 in Wisconsin and I believe this is County Highway 182 that we're on right now. I know the number is 182. I'm just not positive if it's a state or a county highway. Park Falls is situated a couple, maybe 8 miles south of the border between Price and Ashland County. And it's a neat little town. It's an old paper mill town. The paper mill itself is going through some rough times right now, so it'll be interesting to see the impact that it has on the community. But overall, we absolutely love getting to call this place home.
We live in vacation land.
You're right, Caden. We do live in vacation land. We get to live where people come to vacation.
Yep.
In the winter, this is prime snowmobile season, or location, I should say.
Yeah.
And during the fall months, the hunting is amazing. There's really cool opportunities when it comes to hiking and fishing. I mean, we've got some really cool stuff here. And it's always entertaining when I come home on the weekend after going, if I have to go to, a bigger area for some reason. Because I'm coming home on Sunday and I'm heading north to where everybody that's going home is leaving. So they're heading south and I'm going north, and it always entertains me. So we're going to pull into the library here real quick, and we'll drop Ginny off, and then we'll continue our little driving tour here. So this is the Park Falls Public Library. I'm going to just pull in right here. And I will be back with you in just a moment. All right, well, now that we've gotten Ginny dropped off and checked in with her troop, let's continue our little tour here.
Okie dokie.
We'll hit a left here and keep going north. Swing past the schools, the place that I call
Work.
I enjoy my job. This isn't going to be, completely comprehensive, go up and down every street, but we'll hit the high points, go past the athletic fields here. You'll see them on the right here in a second. This is kind of a neat area. There's a baseball field, football field, a
track.
And I know a lot of communities have those, but it's still kind of cool. We got tennis courts next to the pool, which is back in there as well.
And this is basically our little athletic department.
Yeah, we'll go up past it real quick here. Why not? Actually, you know what? We'll hit that on the way back.
Okay.
Because up here is one of our coolest industries. We have St. Croix Rods based out of Park Falls, and they are a huge rod and reel company, and this is where they're made. St. Croix Rod, they say they're the best rods on earth. I've never used one, but everybody I've talked to that has says they are really, really cool, or really nice rods, I should say. So we're cruising down Highway 13 here, heading north towards the north side of town. In fact, if you didn't know any better, you'd think you left town, but you haven't. we're still actually in Park Falls. It's just kind of the outskirts. And we're going to take a right here onto 9th Street North. And on the left you'll see, well, actually as we go around the corner you'll see it, is Weather Shield, which is a window and door manufacturer that has a plant here in Park Falls, who it appears is hiring at this time. So that big building right there is Weather Shield.
It's huge.
I've worked in windows and doors in plants like that before. I worked at Colby & Colby when I lived in Wausau before I went back to school and became a teacher. So I can only imagine what's going on in there. I've got a pretty good idea. Park Falls says that it bridges nature with industry. Well, that's I guess a good way to put it. Because we do have plenty of nature, as you can see, and we have some industry between the paper mill and our small little industrial park and St. Croix Rods and Weather Shield, and I'm sure I'm missing some places because I've only lived here for 4 years. And while I know my way around town just fine, that doesn't mean I know everything that's here. Because I spend a lot of time right here. This is where I work. This is the south campus of the Chequamegon School District. The district itself actually has 2 campuses, a north and a south campus.
The north campus is in Glidden.
Yep, the north campus is in Glidden, and maybe we'll go up there someday. But the south campus here is home to the Park Falls Elementary School and the Chequamegon High School, and the school that I teach in, Class Act Charter School. So there's 3 schools in this campus, and it's really kind of a neat facility. We'll kind of do a quick drive-by here. This is also where Caden goes to school.
Yep.
And Virginia, and Madeline. In a couple of years, Virginia will transition to the North Campus because that's where the middle school is hosted.
Yep. And then you got to catch the shuttle again.
Yeah, then we got to get to school early enough for Virginia to catch a shuttle, because they do run buses from the North Campus to the South Campus and back, which is great because it means I don't have to drive Virginia to the North Campus.
They pay somebody to do that.
Yeah. And we're going to hang a left out of here again, and we'll continue our way down 9th Street, and I'll kind of meander our way into downtown a little bit here.
Yes, Park Falls has a downtown.
Take a little quick right here onto 2nd Avenue, which runs into the downtown. How many times have you ran this, Caden, while you've been doing cross-country practice?
Actually, not that often.
No? Really? I thought,
No.
Well, that's right. You guys run down
Agenda.
and
Down that
stuff
way.
like that. So yeah, kind of a neat little residential neighborhood here.
I've run down it like 2 or 3 times.
Ooh, a house for rent. Where was that 4 years ago when I moved up here? Although we bought our home, so it's not that big of a deal.
We're fine.
We're fine. But I can tell you that moving up here, there's a lot of houses for sale, but if you're looking to rent, especially something big enough for a family of 5, it can be a challenge. To our right, Caden, as we go past here, is the other side of the athletic complex and the pool and the tennis courts.
Yep. I don't like it when we go down there for cross country.
No?
No, that means we do speed. I don't like speed workouts.
This building here on the left is the old high school that's now an apartment complex. I've yet to be in that building. I'd love to go in there sometime, but I mean, it's an apartment complex. People live in there. I don't really want to go wandering around their apartments.
Yeah.
And we are now entering the downtown area. Yes, Park Falls does have a movie theater called the Park Theater. I believe from the information I've had, and I could be wrong, that this is the largest remaining silver screen based theater in the state. They do get some good movies. They do get Star Wars. They get the big name titles, and they actually get them fairly quickly. And I think part of it is because they have that silver screen. But here we are with the downtown area.
It ends as quickly as it starts.
It does, but it's a small town. What do you expect? We are turning back onto 182 here, and we'll go back up to the stoplights that you saw earlier. And this time we'll hang a left and head south on Highway 13, and you can see the south side of the town. I'm not going to go all over the place and drive up and down every street. I just kind of want to give you guys a quick little tour of what we get to call home. What do you think of living here, Caden, versus Wausau, where you were born?
I can go practically everywhere on my bike.
Yeah, on your bike. I know you're old enough for driver's ed, and we definitely got to get you signed up for that. But in the same token, if you're not leaving town, you don't really need a car because you can get just about anywhere.
I've got 2 fully functional legs and a bike.
Yep. A lot of ATVs and UTVs are driven around this town. This brick house here on the corner is actually the house that we rented when we first moved up here.
Yep.
We got an eye care center. That's actually where I go for my glasses. But I mean, we've got a lot of things that any community would have. People are going to ask me, where's the Walmart?
What Walmart?
We don't have one of those. We used to have a Shopko until Shopko went out of business about a couple of months ago now. And I mean, that's kind of unfortunate because it leaves us with the $2 stores for a lot of our typical, like your deodorants, your shampoos, stuff like that. Anything beyond that, our closest Walmart is in Minocqua, which Google will tell you is about 45 minutes away. In my experience, it's closer to an hour. At least by the time, you get everybody loaded in the car and leave. So, by that definition, I would say we live in the middle of nowhere. We do have a bowling alley. We do have a McDonald's. Got a small little family restaurant. The National Forest Service has an office here in Park Falls. We got a couple of banks. And yes, I know the Shopko sign is still there. I'm actually kind of surprised that hasn't been taken down yet.
Yeah.
So we don't have a Walmart, and that kind of stinks. But you know what else we don't have? And maybe you've noticed it during the drive? Traffic.
If we had a Walmart, we'd have traffic.
Well, not even that. If we had a Walmart, we would have, or if we were in a city big enough to have a Walmart, we'd have traffic. It's more what it is.
I know.
Our local grocery store. We do frequent it often enough, but in all reality, we prefer to go to either Minocqua or Ashland because there's better choice. Unfortunately, then we're paying what I call the small town tax, which is where we have to pay gas to get there. We'll swing around the back side of these 2 stores here.
I know what you're going to empty Shopko building. A Walmart.
Well, this building, from what I understand, has some
issues
that I honestly will be surprised if that building still exists in a couple years.
Okay.
nice little town.
Yep.
I like that we get to call it home.
Yeah.
It certainly has rained a lot again, and here it is raining again. Hopefully Stephanie is not getting rained out with her little Girl Scout thing. She's the troop leader of Madeline's troop. And they headed up to Ashland to go to the Northern Great Lakes Visitor Center today. They were going to hike the trails and stuff, so they may find themselves having to adjust their plans or walking in the rain. We do have a quick trip. That came in about 6 months ago, a year ago, something
Yeah.
like that. And they've got, that's nice to have. I kind of wish it would have been here sooner, but the same token, I felt like the town was just fine without it. Some of you may recognize this intersection that we're going through from our heading out to Black Lake to pick our site video, because we took a left there. That should tell you that we were probably coming from the gas station. Up here on the left, as we go by, across the street from the house that we rented, is kind of a neat memorial to an eagle named Old Abe, which, I'm trying to remember the details, Kaden, help me out here.
It was a bald eagle in the Civil War who, I don't remember all the details, but he would fly with the Union forces. I think it was a regiment from this area.
That sounds right.
But he actually, after the war, he went to Madison. He kind of lived there till his death.
So, but it was an eagle that originated from this area.
Yeah.
It was kind of the mascot of the regiment.
Yeah. And I think he was burnt. I think he died in the fire of when the Capitol was on fire.
I don't remember. We can do some quick research
Yeah.
and put a link to some information about Abe in the video description.
Yeah.
And back under the paper mill we go as we head back home.
Yep.
This would be the South Fork of the Flambeau River here that we're going over right now. One of our many nursing homes here, Park Manor. We have a hospital here. We'll take a quick little detour here and show you one of the parks in town that just happens to be near our house. Name of the park is Hines Park. If I had thought about this better, I would have turned on a different road. So we're going to take a slightly different way than I was originally planning, because you can't really see the park from the way we were coming in. But that's okay, we're kind of doing a tour of the town, so why not actually drive around a little bit? Up here where we're going to take a left in a moment is, there's two little taverns, but one of them on the right, one building in, is called Black Bear. And everything I've heard about it is they've got absolutely amazing food. I've yet to try it.
Yep.
I don't know much about Jack's Corner Bar here.
I know exactly where I am.
Well, I would hope so. You ride your bike down here to mow a lawn.
Yeah.
Enterprising young teenager that you are. Our local Boy Scout troop does have a house. This is their clubhouse here, which conveniently is at the entrance of the park, which is kind of cool. So we'll pull into Heinz Memorial Park here and take a quick little video tour. There's a boat landing to the right here as you pull in.
Yep.
We've got some volleyball nets,
Basketball courts.
some basketball courts.
Sadly, they don't have a kickball field.
No kickball field. And it looks like the volleyball courts could use a little love.
Yeah.
But it's the end of the season, that kind of is to be expected. Kind of a nice pavilion shelter thing here. I believe
Yep.
you can actually reserve the kitchen. Oh, they added a tiny library in here. That's cool. I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah.
Nice playground for the kids.
Yep.
And something that they just added in here, this little campground back here has always been here, but they added power. So there are, I believe, city sewer and water hookups here, if I remember correctly. But it's just a neat little campground here in town. Yep, there's water there. And so this has got power as well as
Full hookups.
Sewer and water. So this has got full hookups right here in town. I thought it would be kind of fun to maybe spend a night here sometime, just from the standpoint of spending a night right on the Flambeau. It's near home, so it's not like it would be all that difficult or far. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe drop a comment in the comments section as to whether or not you think we should spend a night camping in our own town. It'd be kind of fun to do. The kids could play at the playground all night.
If it's not raining.
If it's not raining.
Oh, we got horseshoe pits.
We've got horseshoe pits. They did do a lot of work at this camp, this
Area.
park, which is probably why some of the stuff is muddy. I am really excited to see that tiny library. I did not know that was in there. So that's awesome. I'm glad to see that. There's a couple of those popping up around town.
There was one at the Artesian Well we stopped at.
Yep, there was. But that's not in town here.
Yeah.
Now we'll continue our journey on home.
Homeward bound, the incredible journey.
So, welcome to the little place that we get to call home. There are houses for sale if you're looking to come in here. And there are jobs. We do have decent internet here.
Yes.
So if you're somebody that can telecommute and work from home, maybe this is a place you want to consider calling home.
It's absolutely beautiful during this time of year.
We're lucky to get to call it home
Yes.
because not many people do. guess the fall colors are still out. The trees are losing more and more of their leaves. Pretty soon we're going to have a bunch of snow. But that's okay.
Not ready for it yet.
Not
Cross
really.
country season's not over yet. Once it's over, you can snow.
Okay, so as we approach home here, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Tell us what you think of the little town we get to call home. And we will see you at our next destination. Take care, folks. We'll see you later.